I'm going to share with you just three things that I do today at the age of 44, which I never did when I was young. Three things. And this has improved the quality of my life tremendously. Okay, and it's what I'm doing now. So try these three things and see how your 2021 improves. Okay, the first one, you know that my wife is gone for father's funeral, and I've told her to be there for a month, to be with the mother and stay there and all that. Okay, after she left, the house was empty. Now I'm staying totally alone. So I obviously I have to make coffee by myself, I have to cook by myself, I have to do laundry by myself. So I started exploring these areas. Now, before marriage, I was a single guy. I used to keep things in order, and I knew how things were and to keep things clean. But now, I assumed that my wife kept everything in order. So after she went, I went to the washing machine. Fuck, the whole thing was black and fungus and all that shit, and there was dust and dirt. I went to the coffee section, and there I found shitloads of stuff, sugar, tea bags, and then I checked one other area. There was, she has purchased so many things, and to save time, she just put it in a box and dumped it. I literally found, I think, 100 plus packets of noodles and soup. 100. I found around 20 bottles of body wash, new, 15 soaps, 22 toothpastes. It's the house has become like a supermarket, literally like a supermarket. My wife, I don't know, maybe because she comes from a very poor family where they cannot buy things. So she has gone on this spree to buy things and keep, because I think that fear of losing out is there. So and I didn't know this. I used to think that, okay, nothing is there in the house, or maybe we need. So I noticed so many things. Now, it's not only this guy's racing. He's going on a wheelie and all that. I don't want to take it on a video because then the cops might catch him. Anyway, so basically she has just purchased more stuff than we can use. So what I did was, the first thing I removed every single thing. And this, it has been like 5 days or 6 days. I'm telling you, I'm still taking out. I put all the noodles in one area, soups in one area, tea bags one area, coffee one area, body wash, shampoos, this, that, everything. I put it in boxes. And as I was digging stuff, I even found, blenders and toaster and sandwich maker and all that. Okay. So what I did, I took out everything. Plates, 20 plates of 20 different sizes, 40 bowls, each of different sizes. My wife likes color and become a mess. So took out everything. What I did now is, normally people on this island, they sell their stuff for second hand. What I did is, all the plastic bottles, all the stuff that is empty, I took it all out, kept it outside the house. I called the scrap guy and I told him, take it all for free. There were around seven large garbage bags. Then this old toaster, to make water hot, water heater, all this old stuff that was there. I know I can sell it for, $10, $20, whatever. I give it all for free. Everything. There was around, a George Foreman grill. There was a water heater. There was a toaster. There was a blender. There was a this, that. All this I took it out, gave it for free. Then baby stuff. There was a old baby cycle. There was an old baby toy. There was a board and this and that. That I called somebody else and gave it all for free. Now, 50% of the house is taken care of. 50% of the stuff. There is still a lot more which I've not discovered. So what is my first point that I'm giving you? You know, the less stuff you have, the more better. The more stuff, you know, we have a tendency to store things. More shirts than we need, more trousers than we need, more ties than we need, more socks than we need, more shoes than we need, more utensils, more blankets, more... Just go through your house. I can openly challenge you. Go through your house right now. Take out each and everything and ask yourself, okay, how many do I use? Let's say, for example, shirts. How many shirts do you use on an everyday basis? How many have you used once a week? How many have you used once a month? And you'll find out, I think close to 60 to 70% of the stuff you're hardly using. We just like to store things, man. And this is such a bloody nuisance. My wife just loves to store, and I don't blame her. She's in her 20s. So I got so fed up. I didn't ask her, got rid of all of it. So my first piece of advice to you is, go through your house, all the stuff that you have, take out each and everything that you have not used for more than a month. And I would suggest get rid of it, because you're simply storing it. Like some people keep their wedding dress. It doesn't fit you, man. Okay, you're keeping it as memory. What about the rest of the other stuff? You're simply keeping. How many shoes do you need? How many slippers do you need? How many socks do you need? How many? Fuck. Okay, for me, this headband I use every day. Take a wash. I have, I think, 20 of these. I just put different colors. Okay? Socks, because obviously I purchased the same color socks. Like 10 pairs. Now the problem is, there are olden stuff also. Stuff that I never used. So anyway, first thing is, get rid of everything that is extra. Yeah, believe me, less in the house, you'll be happier. Okay? That's number one. Number two, this is a very critical one. Huh? My lawyer actually called me and told me, Loy, your payment, just a reminder, next year, for next year, your payment will be due. So I'm just giving you a reminder. And she had called me before I was about to go for my exercise. I said, okay, I'll come tomorrow. She said, no, Loy, tomorrow we are going to be shut down for a couple of days until New Year, 3-4 days after New Year, because we are just taking, New Year off. So I said, okay, what I'll do is I'll come right away. And she said, no, not required. You can come later. I said, no, I'll come right away. I immediately went, paid the money, and came back. Now, just so that you know, I have already kept 6 months advance payment to the lawyer. I've kept it in envelopes. I have it ready. 6 months of water, electricity is kept in the bank account ready. 6 months of any expenses related to the house, rent, whatever, is kept ready. So for the next 6 months, all my expenses, I've kept it ready. Before, when I was young, I used to just go month after month. In fact, I used to overspend. I even had, I think, 2 or 3 credit cards, and I'd taken loans for my books and all that. And I was busy spending way beyond my means. Now what I do is, if I earn, immediately after I earn, I keep separate for savings, separate for the house, separate for expenses, separate for, lawyer, separate water, electricity. I allocate for all these areas, and then last I keep it, okay, day-to-day shopping. And after that, I keep, okay, this is pocket money for me, this is pocket money for my wife, and this is pocket money for my baby. And that's how I've operated. So the second most important piece of advice that I want to give you is, prepare for your expenses in advance. Never ever spend more than how much you can earn. Even if there is a sale, do not. Don't. Unless, of course, you have saved for it. Because remember, sale will always come. a special offer will always be there. You will not, it's not going to be there, like never going to be there. Like even for example, now I'm offering a sale, I'm offering a special offer for my services. Now, this is the first time I've done it this year. Now I'm pretty sure some people are like, oh fuck, Loy, I don't have the money. I tell them fine. Then next year, maybe year end, I'll offer it again, or maybe after 6 months. Then you can get in touch with me. So remember, money is power. Okay. However, the only caveat to this is if you know you're going to lose your job, then don't delay it. Then take it as priority. So the second point that I want to give you is save money for future expense and keep it always ready. Like they say, first when you get your money, pay yourself. Keep your savings. And this is something I used to never do when I was young. When I was young, I used to pay my expenses last. I used to go enjoy first. Okay, this is the second. So first one was, what is the first one? I forgot. Get rid of all the excess stuff in your life. That's the first thing that really helps you in my productivity. The second one is prepare for expenses in advance. Okay? And save. The last, if not the least, I think is, for me at least, what has been very important is work with a sense of urgency as if there is no tomorrow. All these books about time management and all that, it's all bull, yeah. It's all total. How can you manage time? Tell me. If you have a wife, if you have a kid, if you have people, customers, everyone wants a piece of you. Say customer, you want to take rest at 8 o'clock, or you want to sleep sharp at 9 o'clock, and the customer is ready with money and says, okay, Loy, listen, I'll pay you, $2,000. Can we do this project? You think I'm going to tell him, listen, man, it's time for me to sleep. I have to manage my time. I have to get up on time, do exercise. No. Money is money. Money will not come again. So whenever there's a customer with money, everything stops. There have been times where even I've told my wife, okay, we are going to go for this nice romantic lunch or dinner. We're going to go for this shopping. Everything gets fucking cancelled because the priority is money. See, my wife's father passed away. I could have gone there, but I already had announced about this special offer, and I have customers who want to finish their work before the year end. If I go there, it's going to be very tough because there the internet connection is not good. I'll have to get a new laptop because I sold my old one. There's so much of headache, and then access because software and so many things were there. So I was like, no, I need to earn money for the family and myself. People say, oh, money is not everything. Yeah, money is not everything. Try not having a job and savings and you have to pay your expenses. You'll realize money is everything or not. So I told my wife, you go, and you don't have to go the normal way by taking a bus and then connecting a ferry and all that. Even though I had to pay 4 times more, I said I'll pay for that so you can go within 1 hour and reach your home. So she traveled like an international traveler. She didn't travel like a local Thai person. It cost me more, but it was important because my work is more important, and also because safety for the baby and all that. So the third most important piece of advice is work with a sense of urgency. And for that means if you have to go watch a movie, if you have to play a game, if you have to enjoy yourself, all that comes later. All that bullshit is later. First is money. First is you need to focus on what is important, your priority. Nothing else should come. For me, after I get up, when my mind is fresh, first I go for my run because I want to finish this, because I know after this I get inundated with calls and emails and messages. After that is my video, this which I do. And third, after that, immediately after I go have my shower, have the food, whatever, I start uploading content. Only after that I start meeting my clients and all that. So it's structured in such a way my business, my work, it comes first. Nothing else is more important. After that is, I want to play a game, want to spend time with my family, be with my wife, go shopping, relax. Everything comes after that. So if I could give you 3 pieces of advice for 2021, it would simply be this. Number 1, get rid of all the excess stuff in your house. You don't need it. It'll block your creative mind, it'll block your thinking. Keep less and keep what is required. The second one is anticipate expenses in advance and save money. You don't know if you'll be earning money or not. And bad days, they don't inform you. Pandemic is a classic example. And third one is this sense of urgency. Work as if there is no tomorrow. You know, when I have to deal with a customer, deal now, finish it now, that's it. Anyway, this is what I wanted to tell you. Let me know your thoughts. If you felt any of these pieces of advice were important. And if you have your own, little secret or strategy which you'd like to share, please comment down below. If it is worth sharing, I'll highlight the comment. Alright, having said that, I appreciate you watching the video. You guys take care. See you.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.